Real quick before we start, if you enjoy the video, please subscribe. As you can see, 98% of my viewers are not subscribed, so if you like the content, please subscribe for more. Black Myth: Wukong is a game that I've been following since its announcement nearly 4 years ago at this point. Today we're here to answer a question and hopefully start a new series on this channel. Is it gonna suck? There was a long period where we went without hearing anything about this game. Perhaps because it was being developed by a Chinese indie studio who doesn't have the same media presence as what we're used to. But I was personally really afraid that the game had been canceled. The initial gameplay demo looked almost too good to be true. The game was absolutely beautiful, but there was basically no HUD on screen, and it kind of had me worried that what we were seeing was just some sort of pre-rendered concept trailer. I personally choose to be skeptical of every trailer or gameplay demo that we see in this modern gaming age. However, 4 years down the road, and we finally have a release date, along with multiple other trailers, as well as a full 35-minute gameplay demo that you can find here on YouTube. And frankly, the game looks better than it did even back in those original trailers. There's now a HUD, the lighting and animations look even better, and we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the game is really going to come out. So why make this video at all, you might ask? Honestly, the point of this one is mostly to hype you up. I'm sure in the future I'll cover some games that I actually do think are going to suck, but spoiler warning for the rest of the video, this really isn't one of them. In fact, I kind of think this game has the potential to be a Game of the Year candidate. Just looking ahead at the rest of the year and what it'll be competing with, the competition ain't exactly steep. Right now, if I personally had to pick a Game of the Year as of about halfway through the year, my personal pick would probably be Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth. And while that is a really good game, and I recommend at least giving it a try to most people, I don't think it's going to be a game that I think of whenever I think of my favorite gaming experiences. I had fun with it, but it really didn't stick with me. Games that stick with me are games like Red Dead Redemption 2, Final Fantasy X, The Witcher 3, games that I will compare all other video games to for the rest of my life. I believe that Black Myth: Wukong has the potential to stick with you. This game could be one that is talked about for years to come if they really get it right. And just from the trailers and gameplay, it looks like they've got it right. The combat is quick and impactful. The different abilities look absolutely sick. The game just looks like it is going to be a AAA quality game. With that being said, I do have two somewhat major concerns. Maybe not major concerns, but concerns nonetheless. Look, I know I said that the game isn't going to suck, but stick with me here because I do think that there are two things that we at least need to kind of talk about. For starters, this game could, maybe, possibly, be a giant buggy mess. There was a delay that was recently announced for the Xbox version of the game, and stuff like that really concerns me. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing that they chose to delay it instead of releasing it and then trying to patch it into playability, because that flat out ruins the experience for the gamers who had to experience those bugs. That being said, delaying a game that is just 2 months out of release really concerns me. While I'm 100% behind the small indie studio from China putting out a smash success and hoping that the game is fantastic, the studio simply doesn't have a track record for us to look back on and say with confidence that they'll be able to put out a polished final product. We simply don't know. I'm not that worried about it. They've had 4 years at this point, and if the game was terribly buggy on every platform, I think they would have delayed it on every platform. However, I do find it slightly concerning. And the second thing that has me concerned that the game might suck is that we really don't know what the story is going to entail at all. At least I don't. I know it's based off of Journey to the West. It seems like it's going to follow Sun Wukong, who is the Monkey King. But other than that, I genuinely have no idea what the story in this game is going to look like. I know I'm probably about to set my comments section on fire again, but I really truly hope that it's not that Dark Souls type of story where it's incredibly vague and you have no idea what's actually going on unless you go and read some 17-page fan theory on Reddit about the story after beating it. The game itself does kind of give me Dark Souls vibes. The character designs are unlike anything I've ever seen. It's a third-person action RPG. It seems dark and gritty, but it also definitely has some differences from Dark Souls, from what I can tell. Things are moving faster, there are abilities and transformations and all kinds of things, so I'm not worried about it being a Dark Souls clone. I am just slightly worried the story could have that same lack of clarity. I want to know what happened by the time I beat this game. I want to understand the story, the adventure that I just went on, without having to go and watch a 30-minute to hour-long YouTube video to understand what in the world I just did. So getting down to the nitty-gritty, I think we're going to use a scale for this series and for all future games in it. We'll treat it kind of like golf, where the lower the score, the better, meaning that if a game gets a 1, it's basically impossible that it's going to suck, all the way up to a 10. If a game gets a 10, that means it's absolutely, without question, going to suck. In my opinion, Black Myth: Wukong by Game Science, releasing in August of 2024, gets a suck score of a 3, meaning that it is very unlikely to suck. So much so that I'm going to be spending my money on it as soon as it comes out. I've personally bought into the hype and want to get my hands on it as soon as possible. That does mean that I could get burned if it does happen to be a buggy mess like we talked about earlier, but I'm personally confident enough in it that I'm willing to take that risk, as the gameplay just looks so fun and engaging to me, and like I said, I've been excited for this game for almost 4 years now. I was genuinely sad whenever I thought that it was canceled, and so for the release date to finally be coming up, I couldn't be more excited personally. However, only time will tell. I'm not a prophet, so this could be completely and totally wrong. Who knows? But that's the fun of speculating, isn't it? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you agree, disagree, whatever your opinion might be. Remember that we're just talking about video games, and you don't have to be a jerk to anybody in the comment section. Anyways, that's all I've got for today. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care.